Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here from Moss Pawn and Gun, and today we have another 5 guns video for you. And we've been thinking about this one a bit for quite a while. And this is 5 guns for your college student who's going away to school. Yeah, how you like them apples? So we've been thinking about this a bit because it's kind of controversial. You know, most kids when they leave for college, they're 18 years old. It's the first time they've ever been away from the house. You know, you're also at 18. You're kind of an entry-level gun owner. You know, you can't have handguns, but you can have long guns. You can't carry certain weapons concealed. You can't carry certain deadly weapons. Campus may not allow them. So there's all these stipulations. You know, these 18-year-olds going off to college, they're brand new to the world. How do you defend yourself?
Well, you defend yourself with a Mossberg Maverick 88. Now, even at 18, you can keep one of these in your vehicle.
Yep.
Unloaded, of course. You know, like in your trunk or something like that. But, you know, if you live like off campus, I mean, or if your campus housing allows firearms, which is probably not the case. But if you live off campus, you know, you can keep a shotgun in your house for home protection and whatnot. And it's a great tool for pretty much anything you need to do. So that's one item on the list. Yeah, there's a lot of utilitarianship with the shotgun, you know. There's a lot of less than lethal options that are available for shotguns as well. So say that you're one of those hippie types that doesn't want to hurt anybody. You can throw a beanbag in it and just pelt the crap out of somebody with a beanbag and they'll live to fight another day, although a little embarrassed and probably going to have a big whelp on them for a while. So shotguns do afford a wide variety of different ammunition types, from less than lethal to extremely freaking lethal. So, extremely lethal,
yeah. So it depends on, you know, which edge of the sword you want to take there.
Well, a good thing too about a pump shotgun, especially like the 88, it's an inexpensive shotgun, entry-level shotgun. Pumps will run anything you put in them. Right. Okay. Anything.
Plus 12 gauge for you kids that want to, you know, shoot on the weekends when you want to go home and play, or you want to go to the range and get some practice. 12 gauge ammo, if you get birdshot variety, generally pretty cheap. Okay, so I'm trying to keep cost factor and ammo as a cost factor. So the gun itself is inexpensive, the ammo is inexpensive.
Oh yeah.
So don't worry, you don't have to trade in your ramen noodles and just get you a shotgun. Next on the list, Kel-Tec Sub-2000. Now, we know that a lot of 18-year-olds going off to college aren't going to have the luxury of being able to carry a handgun. Campus rules may dictate, okay, obviously no guns on campus, or you can't carry on campus. Some colleges may have rules that say you can have a gun in your car.
Here in Georgia, most places you can have a gun in the parking lot on college campus in your vehicle, but you can't carry it on campus with you.
You're not supposed to. Yeah. You're not supposed to. Now, with that being said, this video is not about what you should do or what you may do. It's just about
what you can do.
What you could do. Now, you know, this gun folds in half, and that goes, you know, in your backpack. All right, you notice how I did that. So if you wanted to have a backpack gun, I mean, these are commonly used by like hikers and guys out in the woods. You're at camp, survivalists, you know, that kind of thing. This is a great utilitarian rifle, a 9mm. It takes standard Glock magazines. So you got a 9mm Glock mag fed gun and a foldable carbine, okay, that can ride in your backpack or whatever behind the seat of your car. Add you a 33 round factory Glock magazine and you got a lot of firepower there. You know, very easy to shoot and point and use. You run into a real big trouble down at the Circle K. You throw your 100-round drum in there, and then you got the you got the teacher's pet there. Okay, so certainly a good system there. Kel-Tec Sub-2000's been around for quite a number of years. They've been very successful.
Well, and too, you know, as you can see from our "How Far Will a 9mm Kill" video, it'll penetrate a body arm or a
human being.
Well, it'll penetrate a ballistic gel torso out to 400 yards. So, you know, that replicates a human. So it could be lethal out to 400 yards if you want to dope it up about 40 feet. Yeah. But you know, if you got the time to do that, it is
you probably got the time to get away. So bear in mind, guys, you know, we're just saying what could happen. We're not saying carry a Kel-Tec Sub-2000 in your backpack on campus, but you know, here's the thing. You know, the old saying goes, I'd rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6. Sometimes in life, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is permission. Now, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not condoning that anyone break the law. But at the end of the day, alive is alive and dead is dead. So, choice is yours. For other concealability, we got a Ruger 1022. This is a takedown model. So, of course, this comes with a handy little sack that looks not unlike a backpack or a...
like a little satchel, basically.
Kind of like a camel backpack.
A little bit.
Sort of. So you got a semi-automatic 22 rifle that takes 25 shot sticks, 50 round drums. And the cool thing about this is that you can go out on the weekends and plink with your buddies without going broke. You know, generally 22 is available and not too badly priced right now, so it's still a pretty cheap option. You know, if you got this behind the door, say you're living off campus and you just have a regular house that you're renting or something and you're 18 years old, you can totally have this gun in your house. It's completely fine. There's nothing illegal about it, and you have the right to defend yourself. And believe me, 25 rounds of, some really hot 22 ammo is not going to be pleasant to a home intruder.
No, and typically if you're getting shot at, you're going to be turning the other way and running away, turning
That's
tail,
right. So this gun, not only will afford you some critter pop-in or some plinking you can do on the weekends or whatever with your buddies, outside of school or whatever, but also serve as a potential defensive firearm as well. So those three guns certainly would be high on my list for some of you college kids going off to school, that especially if you're on a limited budget, or mom and dad, if you're watching this, if you're on a limited budget and you know that you want your kids to go to school with some type of firearm, which what parent wouldn't? I know I'd want my kids having guns. But some of you are going to school and you may be over 18, you might be 21, okay? You can have a handgun. You're going to school. Say that your daughter's getting into school, maybe it's a little bit later for her, she decided to wait a few years, whatever the case may be. Say that your son or daughter or you're over 21. This Bersa Thunder Plus, this is a 15-shot 380. Great pistol, high capacity, so you got 15 rounds in your hand. It does have a wide variety of manual safeties, which can make a lot of inexperienced shooters feel a lot more confident with the firearm. You do have a manual decock / safety. You got a frame safety and a magazine disconnect safety. When you drop the mag, the gun will not fire, will not function, okay? What do you think about that little gun?
Well, I've always liked the Bersas a lot. I mean, we've got the CZ82s and CZ83s, which these guns are patterned after, quite a bit. But I mean, a really good fielded guns. They're they're high quality, good manufacturer.
They've been around a while.
They've been around for a long time, and a lot of people think that just because they're made in Argentina, that they're not a good gun. Because they're a Bersa, they're not a good gun. They're not a Glock. They're not a Smith & Wesson. But take one out and shoot it, and I think you might change your mind.
Absolutely, and that's a good gun for someone that might lack the experience because of all the safety mechanisms. It can give you an extra degree of confidence with the gun.
Yep. Now the Canik TP9 is a hot little gun right now. For under $400, you get the gun. I mean, 18-shot magazines, adjustable back straps. You get a Blackhawk style holster with a couple of different options, a paddle style and a belt through. But this gun is just great for the money. They're Turkish made, and it's a striker fired variety. Not just like many of the other varieties that are out there on the market right now. But Eric was shooting this thing at the house the other day, and getting 4-inch groups or so at 25 yards of ball ammo.
About at 20 yards or so, it's getting roughly about 4-inch groups, which is very respectable for a full size duty style gun. I mean, you're certainly not going to be trying to shoot tiny groups when someone's trying to hurt you. You're just trying to get the round on the perp, whoever's trying to hurt you. All of these guns would suit that need quite well. And what we would encourage everyone who's watching this video to do, say that you're parents and you're concerned about your kids, you're watching this because you stumbled across it, and what guns would I want my kids to have? I don't know anything about guns, and I want to get my son or daughter something to go to college. I would certainly urge you to read up on whatever laws and rules are in effect in the jurisdiction of the school where the student will be attending. It depends on what state they're in, even the city. There could be local ordinances involving firearms. For instance, here in Kennesaw, Georgia, they actually have, and it's a college town, they actually have a rule that says every household is supposed to have a gun. It is a written rule that every household has to have a gun.
Yeah, it's not really enforced, but it is on the books.
It's one of those things that's there to let bad guys know that they support firearms ownership by the populace.
Speaking of the laws, especially like here in Georgia, we have basically a new series of laws that came out in July from HB 60. And basically it changed a lot of the firearms carry laws here in the state, but also what it did was allow 18-year-olds who have gone through basic training to acquire a carry permit. Now, you can't go out and buy a handgun at 18, of course, but if you happen to have a handgun, either by a gift or whatever the case may be, inheritance, that sort of thing, you can actually carry that gun because you actually can attain a carry permit if you've gone through basic training or if you're active duty or you've been honorably discharged. So that's one neat factor, you know, for maybe college-age kids who have, you know, gone through part of the military service and whatnot, basic training and such, to actually use that handgun that they might have in their possession.
Right. So again, I can't stress enough to understand what the rules on your campus are. And guys, the people on campus aren't monsters. You know, if you have a question, ask the dean, ask the college people. Those people are there to help you. And believe me, they are concerned about the safety of their students. They want you to be safe. They want you to do what it takes to take care of yourself. Some colleges might be friendly to the idea of firearms being on campus in some form or fashion, whether it's in your car, maybe not in your person, so to speak. There may be a few, and I mean literally a few colleges that might allow concealed carry by certain individuals, maybe teachers, but we're talking a very limited number. So I would strongly urge you guys to read up on the laws, rules, and the jurisdictions where you're going to be going to school. And remember, just because you're going to school somewhere else, I mean, those laws might be different than where you live. So don't assume that the laws where you're going are the same as where you're currently living, with mom and dad.
And speaking of, you know, gun laws and such, I mean, if you are in a gun-unfriendly state and whatnot, and your colleges don't allow guns at all near the campus or anything, you can always have one of these bad boys.
Wild card.
Number 6.
Yeah, every 5 Guns video's got to have a wild card.
Oh, yeah.
So.
All right, the Taser C2. So this is basically a Taser, so it shoots out 2 barbs connected to a wire, and it delivers a quite substantial voltage of electricity to your body. So,
I've been shot with one and it's not pleasant.
Yeah, I don't want to be shot with one. I don't want to know.
It's not pleasant, man. What it does, it kind of like, it activates like every nerve ending in your body at the same time. So literally it freezes you up and you can't move. It activates every nerve ending and you can't help but fall over, and you can barely move your eyeballs.
You just fall over like a log.
So like it's funny, you know, you see somebody get tased and you see their eyeballs kind of falling, and you're like, you son of a bitch, you know, falling over. And the cool thing is, like, once you tase them and you take the cartridge out, you can still use it as a contact stun gun. So you ladies, say you have a problem, and you know, say that you've shot the barbs out and everything, just you can't quite get the result you need, you know, just stick them in the nuts with that thing and zap them, you know, whatever it takes. Because believe me, they hurt. They're not pleasant. Sure, it's not a firearm, of course, but it certainly will get the point across.
Well, and from what I've seen after the electricity is turned off, you're not getting up for a little while.
No, it's not pleasant. I mean, once the electricity stops coming from it, you retain control of your body. You can get right back up, and normally, like when a cop uses a taser against a suspect, it's always this, "Nah, man, I'm not going to do it. Nah, man, I'm not going to do it." Tack, 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 tack. The guy falls down, and he goes, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." And after that is instant compliance.
Oh, yeah.
This taser is compliance in a box. All right, so if you guys are curious about that, look into that. You know, there's a lot of young kids seeking out higher education these days, which is great. You know, we need smarter kids. We need a smarter society. You know, go get educated, but protect yourself in the process. Don't go out there and get raped or shot or killed or some stupid crap just because, you know, popular culture would have you believe that you're a loony bin for having a gun and being a student. You know, don't assume that you can't defend yourself.
Not only that, but be a little bit prudent in your observation of your surroundings. You know, especially ladies out there traveling packs. You know,
absolutely. We appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully everything was kind of straight to the point. We really enjoy doing these 5 Guns videos for you. They've been well received. We appreciate all the kind comments we get from you guys and all the ideas. This was actually an idea that was submitted by a YouTuber, so feel free to shoot us over your ideas, and you never know, yours might get picked for a video. Thanks for watching. You guys be safe out there.
Take it easy.